compounding of offense, which is nothing more than settlement of offense with the RBI authorities. If you have contravened any provision of FEMA 1999 or any rules or regulation or any other circular or direction issued under FEMA 1999, you can approach the concerned authority. It may be any senior officer, which is equivalent to Deputy Director of Directorate of Enforcement, or you can approach, RBI Assistant Director, and you can accept your contravention that you have committed an unintentional contravention and you are willing to get it settled down. And if the offense will be settled down, you have to pay the compounding charges. That compounding charges are going to be deposited in Consolidated Fund of India. And once the offense has been compounded, you will be relieved from that offense, means you are not subject matter of any further prosecution or legal action for the compounded offense. But remember, after compounding, even you cannot initiate any other action against the authority. When it comes to compounding of offense, it is quite very simple and uniform throughout Companies Act 2013, FEMA, competition law and all, that for similar offense you cannot go ahead with compounding until and unless 3 years has been passed on, means gap between two compounding of similar offenses should be minimum 3 years. Now listen, when it comes to new syllabus, compounding has been recently added and it is going to be very important topic, and there is certain amendment in compounding part, so I'm going to cover those amendment in this video, so don't skip this video. I would say that in FEMA, chances of asking question pertaining to compounding is quite very probable. So we can say that compounding is very important. Okay, now let's discuss with the provision of compounding. So if you'll go ahead with the compounding, remember the power to compound the offenses as defined in section 3A is there with the Directorate of Enforcement, and any offense other than section 3A will be compounded by RBI general managers. So if you have contravened any provision of FEMA other than as specified in section 3A, you have to approach general manager, and only assistant general manager is authorized to compound the offense, means any officer who is either assistant general manager or who is senior to assistant general manager can compound the offense. So when it comes to assistant general manager, there are certain limits for the general manager of RBI. Now let me discuss with those limits. So if the value of the contravention is up to 60 lakh rupees, then you have to approach assistant general manager. If it is beyond 60 lakh rupees but up to 2.5 cr, then you have to approach the deputy general manager, and if it is beyond 2.5 cr but up to 5 cr, you have to approach the general manager of RBI, and if it is beyond 5 cr, then you have to approach the chief general manager. Remember, you can approach RBI general manager only for the contravention which is other than section 3A of FEMA 1999. Got my point, students? Now if you have contravened the provision of section 3A of FEMA 1999, in that situation for compounding and settlement you have to approach the Directorate of Enforcement, right? And you can approach only Deputy Director or Deputy Legal Advisor initially, right? So if the value of the contravention is up to 5 lakh rupees, you have to approach Deputy Director or Deputy Legal Advisor. If it is beyond 5 lakh rupees but it is up to 10 lakh rupees, you have to approach additional director. If it is beyond 10 lakh rupees but up to 50 lakh rupees, you have to approach the special director. If it is beyond 50 lakh rupees but up to 1 crore rupees, you have to approach special director along with the deputy legal advisor. And if it is beyond 1 crore rupees, it is 1 crore or more, if it is 1 crore or more, you have to approach the Directorate of Enforcement along with special director. These are the limits. Now let's proceed further with the procedure of compounding. Earlier for compounding you can file only manual application, but now for compounding you can file online application by using Parvaha portal. Okay, by making an application in Parvaha portal, you can make electronic application with supporting documents with either RBI general manager in case of offences other than section 3A. In case of offences under section 3A, you need to approach Directorate of Enforcement, but both the authorities you can make an application electronically, that is by using Parva portal. Now you can make an application a suo moto when the contravention has been committed, or you can make an application when you will receive the memorandum of contravention. There is a non-refundable fees applicable for compounding of offences, that is 10,000 rupees plus 18% GST, means 11,800 would be paid if you are willing for compounding of offences. But if in future, if you will withdraw your compounding application, or your compounding application is going to be rejected, you are not going to get back that fees. That fees can be used for further compounding application, but it cannot be refunded. Okay, now not many other thing. You have to put all the supporting documents, and you have to put the contact detail of the person who has contravened the provision of FEMA. Now a very important topic is coming out. It is very important in consumer protection law, in FEMA, and everywhere. Now how the compounding charges is going to be determined. So there are certain factors, that need to be considered by compounding officer for determining the compounding charges. First thing they'll check is undue gain or undue profits that has been made by the contravenor by using this contravention. The first thing would always be undue gain or benefit that has been taken up by the contravenor by such contravention would be considered for determining the value of compounding charges. The second one is whatever loss that has been caused to the authority or the concerned person who is the victim of victim of the contravention. The second thing. The third thing is how many times this violation has been committed, means repetitive or frequency of this violation, and the compliance history of the contravenor. Okay, next, what is the conduct and of the applicant, what kind of conduct or disclosure that has been made by the applicant. These four factors will be considered to determine the value of the compounding charges. Generally value of the compounding charges can be up to three times of the amount involved. Got my point, students? So four things are that need to be considered. Remember, the first one is undue gain, the second one is loss to the authority or exchequer, the third one is repetitive violation, the fourth one is compliance history of the applicant, and the fifth one is conduct of the applicant. Got my point? These need to be considered. So I again would say that compounding of offense is very very important from the point of view of exam. What I'll do, along with this video, I'm going to put a simple notes in the form of a Google Drive link, so that you guys can also refer the notes after watching the video. Okay, very important question, please prepare it. I expect it to be coming in your June 2025 attempt. All the best, students. Thank you.